Hello and welcome to this brand new series, Prosperity Secrets. I am truly happy to have you here for this starting point, because this will not be an ordinary series. For the next several months, we will explore together the great principles that build a prosperous life. And when I talk about prosperity, I am not speaking only about money. I am also talking about vision, inner peace, discipline, personal growth, healthy relationships, usefulness, faith, positive influence, and lasting success. This series is inspired, of course, by the great ideas of Napoleon Hill, especially his philosophy of success, but it does not stop there. It is also nourished by 5 years of personal experience, by what I have observed around me, by lessons from people close to me, by powerful biographies, inspiring stories, and extensive research on prosperity, personal development, the psychology of success, and inner transformation. In other words, here we are not simply going to repeat quotations. We are going to think, connect, interpret, and apply. Because deep down, many people want prosperity, but few truly understand how it is born. Most people think prosperity begins with a good salary, a big opportunity, an inheritance, a network, or a stroke of luck. But in reality, those things are often consequences. They are not always the beginning. The real beginning is often the inner man. It is the state of mind. It is the way of thinking. It is the way one reacts to failure. It is the ability to stay disciplined when no one is watching. It is the capacity to create value before demanding the reward. It is the willingness to learn, to serve, to rise again, to persevere, and to grow. In other words, prosperity is first internal before it becomes external. Someone can have a little money without being prosperous. And someone can be in the process of building true prosperity, even if the visible results are not yet impressive. Why? Because prosperity is not limited to what one owns. It also concerns what one has become. You can have money and lack peace. You can have outward success and lack character. You can have a beautiful public image and still be empty inside. You can have high income and no self-mastery. And that is not true prosperity. True prosperity is when several dimensions begin to align. First, there is mental prosperity, having a clear, constructive, disciplined mind capable of thinking accurately. Then there is spiritual prosperity, having values, faith, inner peace, and a deep sense of direction. There is also relational prosperity, knowing how to build healthy, inspiring, loyal, useful relationships. Then behavioral prosperity, habits, self-discipline, consistency, integrity, organization. And finally, of course, material prosperity, resources, results, visible abundance, the ability to meet one's needs and help others. That is why in this series, we will reject a shallow view of prosperity. We are not going to teach only how to earn more. We are also going to talk about how to think better, how to become stronger, how to choose better, how to serve better, how to bounce back, how to manage life better, and how to build wealth without destroying the soul. And that is very important, because many people chase money but neglect the foundations that allow them to carry it. As a result, when money comes, they do not know how to manage it. When success comes, they do not know how to handle it. When opportunity opens up, they are not inwardly ready. That is why, throughout this series, we will keep coming back to one simple truth. What you attract sustainably on the outside depends greatly on what you build on the inside. Napoleon Hill taught it in his own way. Others have demonstrated it through their lives, and we still see it today. Great life trajectories are not built only with resources. They are built with a certain quality of mind. You can give the same amount of money to two people. One will build, the other will scatter it. You can give the same opportunity to two people. One will maximize it, the other will waste it. You can give the same advice to two people. One will apply it, the other will admire it without changing. The difference does not always come from the outside. It often comes from inner structure. So, in this series, we are going to work on that structure. We are going to talk about faith, decision, habits, concentration, discipline, attitude, relationships, failure, service, self-confidence, wealth, inner freedom, and hidden talents. We are going to talk about prosperity as a journey of total transformation. And I really want you to understand this from the start. Prosperity is not an event, it is a construction. It is not only a result, it is a way of thinking, living, choosing, serving, and persevering. It is not only having more, it is also becoming better. And very often, when a person becomes better, they also end up building better, attracting better, managing better, and passing on better. That is the spirit in which we will move forward together. In the next episode, we will begin strongly with an essential theme, the face-to-face that changes a life. Because before wanting a better life, you must have the courage to look at yourself honestly. Many want to evolve, but very few accept to evaluate themselves honestly. And that is often where the real shift begins. Thank you for being present for this first meeting. And remember this well. Prosperity does not begin with money. It begins with the mind, with choices, with habits, and with the person you decide to become. For you today, is prosperity still limited to money? Or are you beginning to understand that it starts from within first? See you very soon for the next episode.